Good morning, boys. Today we are going to discuss the most important topic in your chemistry, that is limiting reagent concepts. It is very, very important to identify a limiting reagent in a given reaction during calculation. So how to identify this limiting reagent? What is this limiting reagent? Here we are going to discuss in this topic. Today's our topic is limiting reagent concepts. So let us take an example here. After completion of that example, I am going to define what is limiting reagent. Now, take an example, that is carbon reacts with oxygen, gives carbon dioxide. It is a simple reaction, all well known one. According to this equation, 1 mole carbon, that is graphite, reacts with 1 mole oxygen to form 1 mole carbon dioxide. It is as per our stoichiometry, it is the balanced one. Now, I apply, that is given condition. Here, 0.5 mole of carbon reacts with 1 mole oxygen. How much carbon dioxide will form? How much carbon dioxide will form? Up to our S class, one chemical is given to you, another chemical, how much we asked that. But today, two chemicals are given to you, the values of two chemicals are given to you, and another two or more, and another chemical, how much will form, how much will liberate it, that is here we are going to ask. So in this situation, among these two chemicals, one chemical is completely consumed and the other is not completely consumed. Not completely consumed. How, sir? Identify which is not completely consumed, which is completely consumed. So check it. So as per our knowledge, so keep this question aside. Now, 1 mole carbon requires 1 mole oxygen for complete reaction. Okay. Now, 0.5 mole carbon. So actually, we don't know this one. Fill it. 1 mole requires 1 mole oxygen. 0.5 mole requires actually 0.5 mole of this oxygen. There is the actual requirement. But the given value is 1 mole. That means actual required value is 0.5 moles, but the given value is 1 mole. Among this 1 mole, 0.5 mole is consumed, and remaining, that is 1 minus 0.5. This much moles, that is 0.5 moles, remain not involved in the reaction. That means this chemical is excess in amount, for the completion of this 0.5 mole, the carbon. That means among this one, among carbon and oxygen, which is completely consumed carbon, because 0.5 mole is completely consumed with 0.5 mole. So remaining 0.5 mole of oxygen is remained. So that is the carbon which is completely consumed. Completely involved in the reaction. This is remained one. The chemical which is completely consumed is the limiting reagent, which is not completely consumed, which is remained, which is in excess amount, that is why which is called as excess reagent. Excess reagent. So mind it, no doubt we have a stoichiometric equation. If non-stoichiometric amounts of chemicals are given to you, among them one of them which is completely consumed, remaining one, or is in excess amount. So which is completely consumed is called as limiting reagent. Which is not completely consumed, something is remained, which is called as excess reagent. Now our calculation completely based on the limiting reagent, which is completely consumed, That means, so we neglect this part because it is in excess amount, So now I want to calculate the amount of carbon dioxide is with respect to carbon. Carbon 1 mole gives 1 mole carbon dioxide. Here 0.5 moles gives automatically 0.5 mole carbon dioxide. 0.5 mole carbon dioxide. So now that means in the final mixture, what we have to identify, that is 0.5 mole carbon dioxide and excess. How much is excess here? 0.5 mole oxygen also there in final mixture. So what are those chemicals available? So the formed is 0.5 mole CO2, unreacted, that oxygen is there, that is which is an excess amount. So that excess amount, that oxygen is also present in the final mixture. Okay, so the chemical which is in excess amount also available in final mixture. So here oxygen is in excess amount. How much is excess available? That is 0.5 mole. That 0.5 mole is also available in the final mixture. Now, how many moles of carbon dioxide is formed? That is 0.5 mole carbon dioxide formed. That is according to our limiting reagent. It is very, very important to identify a limiting reagent. Okay. So now what is limiting reagent? What is excess reagent? Limiting reagent or excess reagent, both are reactants. The reactant which is not completely consumed, that means which is in excess amount, not completely consumed during the chemical reaction, is called as excess reagent. The reactant which is completely consumed in the reaction is called as a limiting reagent. Our concept, our problems are totally going to take, that is according to your limiting reagent. Our calculations always with respect to a limiting reagent. So this is the way to identify limiting reagent. So two are given. So identify which is in excess, which is in less amount. So less amount one is limiting reagent. That limiting reagent is used to calculate further calculation. Okay. So this is limiting reagent. Now I am going to take further calculations. This is the basic concept to identify limiting reagent. So two chemicals are given to you. So take one as unknown one. So find out how much is actually required. If that required value, if the given value is more than that required value, that is excess. Less than that required value, that is the limiting reagent. Okay. So now I'm going to take one more example. Actually, nitrogen reacts with hydrogen. N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3, ammonia. In your question, 7 grams nitrogen reacts with 2 grams hydrogen. How much amount of ammonia will be formed? It is the question. Now, identify limiting reagent among these two, which is completely consumed. As per our stoichiometric condition, N2, it is 1 mole. That is 1 mole N2 is molecular weight. Nitrogen molecular weight is 28 grams. Into 3 into hydrogen molecular weight is 2. That is 200. That means as per our stoichiometry, 28 grams nitrogen reacts with 6 grams of hydrogen. 28 grams nitrogen reacts with 6 grams hydrogen. If 7 grams nitrogen is going to react, how much actually hydrogen is required? That is, so 7 into 6 by 28. It is 4 times. It is 3 by 2. That is 1.5. grams is required. Actually 1.5 grams is required. How much actually given to you? 2 grams. 2 grams actually given to you, but 1.5 grams is there. That means this is the chemical which is supplied in more amounts than required. More amounts than required. That is why this 2 grams is in excess amount. That is excess amount, which is in less amount. It is the limiting reagent, which is the excess reagent. So, dear boys, is this clear or not? Sorry, my dear boy. Is voice clear? Okay. Is this clear or not? Is this problem? You understand or not? If it is okay, so identify which is limiting reagent, which is X. Here the limiting reagent is for calculate this ammonia with respect to nitrogen, not with respect to hydrogen. Okay, not with respect to hydrogen. It is with respect to nitrogen because actually 1.5 grams hydrogen is required, but the given value is 2 grams. That means this 2 grams is something more than that of required one. That way, which is the excess. That way, it is excess reagent. If it is excess reagent, automatically this should be limiting reagent. Automatically this should be limiting reagent. Okay. So now, how to identify? Not these calculations. This is 7 grams. 7 grams. That 7 grams is divided with 28, which is equal to 1 by 4. Next, this is 2 grams. 2 grams by 6, which is 1 by 3. 2 grams by, sorry, the given weight by molecular weight. Okay, it is not a direct method. So identify this one. This is the limiting reagent. This is this is the excess reagent. This is the limiting reagent. Now, how much ammonia will be formed? So for 1 mole, that is for 28 grams, 2 into 17 grams is formed. For 7 grams, how much is formed? Calculate as per our previous knowledge. Okay. So this is the way to identify our limiting reagent. Now I am going to take a problem. Please note down the problem. Finally, what is excess reagent? What is limiting reagent? Excess reagent or limiting reagent both are reactants. If reaction is in non-stoichiometric coefficients are used, non-stoichiometric coefficients are used, the reactant which is not completely consumed is limiting reagent. Not completely consumed is called as excess reagent. Which is completely consumed is called as limiting reagent. Okay, so take the problem once again. Equal weights of sulfur and oxygen combine to form SO2. Find the percentage of excess reagent left behind. Find the percentage of excess reagent left behind. Okay, so identify equal weights of sulfur and oxygen combined to form SO2. Now take the reaction. Sulfur reacts with oxygen, gives SO2. It is the balance equation. It is the balance equation. Now equal weights of sulfur and oxygen are taken here. Equal weights of. Now 1 gram of sulfur reacts with 1 gram of oxygen because equal weights are given to you. Okay. As per this knowledge, 1 mole sulfur reacts with 1 mole oxygen to form 1 mole SO2. Okay. So now convert these grams into moles. Now 1 by atomic weight of sulfur is 32. 1 by 32 moles of sulfur reacts with 1 by oxygen molecular weight is 32. 1 by 32 moles of oxygen. Now 1 mole reacts with 1 mole gives 1 mole. 1 by 2 mole reacts with 1 by 2 moles. It is 1 by 2 moles. That means it is completely reacted. It is also completely reacted. That means at the final, it is in 0 amounts. It is also in 0 amounts. It is 1 by 32 moles is formed. Now, in a chemical reaction, that means in this reaction, which is in excess amount, no one is in excess amount. Therefore, percentage left is equal to 0. No substance is in excess amount, which is in 0 amount. Okay, so this is the way to identify excess reagent or limiting reagent. Here 0%. Easy. Next. Okay, see the problem. So do yourself. 8 grams methane is burned with 5.6 liters of oxygen, 5.6 liters of oxygen and HTP. Add HTP. CO2 gas produced is passed through aqueous NaOH solution containing 4 grams NaOH. 4 grams NaOH. Find the moles of NaHCO3 formed. Find the moles of NaHCO3 formed. So this is the question. Now from this question, identify the reactions, what those are present here. First of all, here methane is burned with oxygen. That is combustion methane is available. That equation is CH4 reacts with oxygen, gives CO2 and water. CO2 and water. Balance is 1. So 1, it is 2H2O, it is 2O2. It is the balanced one. The formed CO2 produced. Here how much CO2 calculated? The formed CO2 is passed through aqueous NaOH solution. That is, CO2 is passed through aqueous NaOH. That is aqueous NaOH solution. That is, the CO2 aqueous means water. Aqueous means water. That water gives H2CO3. H2CO3. That form of H2CO3 reacts with NaOH. Mind it, this is aqueous NaOH. That is aqueous NaOH. H2CO3 reacts with NaOH gives NaHCO3. NaHCO3 plus H2O. These are the reactions. Mind it, first calculate amount of CO2, volume of CO2 produced. That volume is used here. How much H2CO3 is formed, calculate it. By using this H2CO3, calculate that NaOH, that is among these, by once again limiting reagent you should identify. So how much NaHCO3 is formed. Okay, these are the reactions to solve this problem. So I am waiting for you. Identify limiting reagent, here limiting reagent, here limiting reagent, two identifications. So finally gives how many moles? 0.1 mole, correct, Teja. Correct, Teja. So now I am going to calculate. It is 1 mole, reacts with 2 moles, this form 1 mole. Here 8 grams. 8 grams means 8 by 16, nothing but half mole. Half mole, 5.6 liters. 5.6 liters means 1 by 4 mole only. Because 22.4 liters is equal to 1 mole. 5.6 liters is 1 by 4 mole. It is 1 by 4 mole. 1 by 4. As per knowledge, 1 mole reacts with 2 moles. Half mole reacts with 1 mole. Actually, half mole reacts with 1 mole. But there is 1 by 4 mole. That is, it is the amount which is less than required. Required is how much? 1 by 4. That's why this 1 by 4 is the limiting reagent. This 1 by 2 is the excess reagent. Excess reagent. Therefore, calculation is made with this limiting reagent. That means here it is neglected. So 2 moles gives 1 mole CO2. How there is 1 by 4 moles gives how many CO2? How much CO2? That is 1 by 8 mole. 1 by 8 mole CO2 is formed. That formed CO2 is used here. This CO2 is used here. Now, as per knowledge, as per this concept, 1 mole CO2 gives 1 mole H2CO3. Now we have 1 by 8 mole. That means it is 1 by 8 mole H2CO3 is formed. 1 by 8 mole H2CO3 is formed. That H2CO3 is used here. That is 1 by 8 mole H2CO3 is used here. As per our data, 1 mole H2CO3 reacts with 1 mole NaOH to form 1 mole NaHCO3. Here NaOH is how much is given to you? 4 grams. 4 grams NaOH is given to you. 4 grams means converts into moles. 4 by 40, which is equal to 0.1 mole. 0.1 mole. That means 0.1 mole is used here. That means among these, which is more? That is, it is in excess amount. That means 1 mole reacts with 1 mole, 1 by 8 mole reacts with 1 by 8. But here is 1 by 10, that means less than. That is, it is a limiting reagent. That's why I am going to neglect this one. So 1 mole gives 1 mole, 0.1 mole gives 0.1 mole NaHCO3. Now the answer is 0.1 mole NaHCO3. 0.1 mole NaHCO3. These are called as sequential reactions. That type of problem also I am going to discuss here. So very, very important. So this product is used as reactant here. This product is used as reactant here. So that means the sequential reactions that take place. So if you know this value, then you should know this value. If you know this value, then you should calculate this one. Okay. So my dear, it is very, very important. This is it understood or not? Clear or not? Who solved before me? Please raise your hand. Who solved before me? Okay. Okay, good boys. That's important. So that this is the volume calculations. Here, just like yesterday's mass relations, there is volume, there is weight volume relations. Here, weight volume relation is applied. Here, weight volume relation is applied. Okay. So if you have any doubt, please go through our channel. If there is a doubt, please come with me. Okay. So once again, see here. Here, limiting reagent identified. That is O2. So 2 moles gives 1 mole, 1 by 4 gives 1 by 8. Half mole. Okay. So this 1 by 8 is used here. This 1 by 8 is used here. This 1 by 8, 1 mole gives 1 mole, 1 by 8 moles gives 1 by 8 mole. This 1 by 8 moles of H2SO3 is used here. 1 mole reacts with 1 mole, 1 by 8 reacts with 1 by 8, but here it is less than 1 by 8. That is 1 by 10 is there. That means it is limiting reagent, it is excess reagent. So our calculation to only is the limiting reagent. So 1 mole reacts with 1 mole gives 1 mole, 0.1 mole gives 0.1 mole. So this is the final answer, that is 0.1 mole. Okay. So this is the problem. So based on limiting reagent and also sequential reaction. Sequential reaction. Find the moles of sodium dihydrogen phosphate NaH2PO4. If 1.5 mole, phosphoric acid H3PO4 is reacted with 2 moles of NaOH. Complete the problem. How many moles? And also, so find the composition of the final mixture. Composition of the final mixture. 3 moles. Wrong. 3 moles wrong. 1.5 correct. Pranav. Which is limiting reagent? 1.5 correct. Now I am going to do this problem. NaH2PO4, that is the product. That means H3PO4 reacts with NaOH. The reaction is H3PO4 reacts with NaOH gives NaH2PO4 plus H2O. This is acid-base reaction. That's enough. According to this one, 1 mole this one reacts with 1 mole NaOH. as per knowledge. But here 0.5 mole, this one reacts with 2 moles of this one. 2 moles of this one. Okay. So 0. Is this 0? Sorry, 1.5. Sorry. 1.5 of H3O4 reacts with 2 moles. Now, 1 mole requires 1 mole, 1.5 moles requires 1.5 moles. It is required, but it is in excess. Now it is excess reagent, so that's why we don't, there is no need of that one. So now 1 mole gives 1 mole NaH2PO3, that is 0.5 moles gives 0.5 moles NaH2PO4. 0.5 moles NaH2PO4. So that means total calculations only with respect to that limiting reagent and identify that limiting reagent. That is 0.5. That is 0.5. That means in the final mixture, that means see here, it is completely consumed. Completely consumed. From these 2 moles, only 1.5 mole reacted. That means 0.5 mole remained. 0.5 moles remains. That means in the final mixture, see here, NaH2PO4 plus NaOH are exist. That is how much this is 0.5 mole, this much is formed. Next 0.5 mole, this much is formed. That is available and remains. This much is remained, this is formed. Now this is the mixture contains. That means once again it is acid, this is base. That gives Na2HPO4 is the productant. Plus once again water molecule. As per knowledge, it is 1 mole react with each other, that gives 1 mole, 0.5 mole, 0.5 mole react with each other, that gives 0.5 mole of this one. 0.5 mole of that one. So that means in the final mixture, we have only 0.5 mole NaH2PO4. NaH2PO4. See here, my dear boys. First of all, as per this problem, this is the equation. This is the equation. According to this equation, 1 mole H3PO4 reacts with 1 mole NaOH. That gives 1 mole NaH2PO4. Okay. So first the question is, how many moles of NaH2PO4 is formed? As that is the question. How many moles of the NaH2? So identify 1 mole reacts with 1 mole. Here it is 1.5 mole. It is 2 moles is there. So 1.5 moles requires 1.5 moles, but 2 moles is given to you. That way. So this is the amount excess there required one. That's why it is excess reagent. It is excess. How much excess is there? 0.5 is excess. 0.5 is excess. Okay. So this 1.5 reacts with this 1.5, that gives see here, just a minute. 1 mole reacts with 1 mole, that gives 1 mole. So this means this form 1.5 moles and 1.5 moles, not 1 mole. See here. 1.5 moles. Now, so once again, there is a correction. This 1.5 mole reacts with, this is formed one. This is NaOH. How much is NaOH remained? 0.5 mole is remained. As per knowledge, it is 1 mole reacts with 1 mole. 0.5 mole reacts with 0.5 mole. That means 1 mole is excess. So this 0.5 gives 0.5 mole NaH2PO4. Therefore, final mixture contains 0.5 mole Na2HPO4 and unreacted one. Here is 1 mole. 1 mole NaH2PO4 are increased. So actually 1.5 mole is formed. It is first question answer end. It is first question answer, 1.5 mole. But further reaction takes place because once again it is acid, there is unreacted base is remain. So that acid base reaction once again takes place. That gives this is the condition. So 1 mole excess. Yes, 1 mole excess. What about water? Where is water? So no need of that water because that is a byproduct. We don't want to take. That is, and also find the composition of the final mixture. Final mixture means if acid and base inside is there, automatically they must react with each other. That is that reaction is applied. Because this is once again acid. This is a base. This is a base. Okay. So this is the entire reaction. Final mixture contains 0.5 mole Na2HPO4 and 1 mole NaH2PO4. Mind it is very important. This type of problems. Okay. So for yourself, solve this one. 2.7 grams aluminum is added to dilute HCl solution containing 3.65 grams HCl hydrogen released is reacted with 5.6 liters of air having 80% N2. Add STP to form ammonia. Find the moles of ammonia produced. Find the moles of ammonia produced and also find volume of gaseous reactant left in the second reaction. Wrong. Both are wrong. Point 1, point 2, both are wrong. Please do yourself. Take a pen, paper, solve yourself on your board. There is question. Please. Wrong. 1 by 1. 1 by 15 is also wrong. 1 by 15 maybe correct anukonta. Chuddam. Maybe correct. One by 15 may be correct. Not exactly, I don't know. 0.1 wrong. Okay, 1 by 15. Check once again. We will check. Hydrogen released. Actually, how much hydrogen is released first of all? How much hydrogen is released? Wrong. See here, I am going to solve this problem. Aluminium is added to dilute HCl. There is a reaction between that aluminium and HCl. That is, aluminium reacts with HCl. That gives AlCl3 plus H2O. So for balancing, 2 moles aluminium, 6 moles HCl, 2 moles AlCl3, 3 moles hydrogen. This is the balanced equation. It is the balanced equation. Okay. Now 2 moles aluminium reacts with 6 moles HCl. That gives 3 moles hydrogen. There is no need of AlCl. Here 2.7 grams. 2.7 grams means 2.7 by 27 atomic weight. That is 0.1 mole. 0.1 mole. Next HCl 3.65. That is once again 3.65 by 36.5, which is also 0.1 mole. 0.1 mole. That means, so given condition 0.1 mole this one and also 0.1 mole this one. 2 moles required 6 moles. That is 3 times. 0.1 mole required, 0.3 moles required. But 0.1 is there. That is, it is the less than required amount. Now, therefore, this is the limiting reagent. This is excess reagent. Limiting reagent. So, neglect this one. Calculations through this limiting reagent. That means 6 moles liberates 3 moles. 0.1 moles means, so 0.05 moles H2 liberated. 0.05 mole H2 is liberated. Okay. So how many moles of hydrogen is liberated? 0.02 moles. So next, this liberated hydrogen reacts with oxygen. That is nitrogen present in air. Nitrogen present in air. Now N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. Now 5.6 liters of air. 5.6 liters of air. 5.6 liters of air means 1 by 4 mole. 1 by 4. So in this 1 by 4, 80% only nitrogen. That is 1 by 4 into 80 by 100. 1 by 4 into 80 by 100. That much mole of N2 is involved in the reaction. 1 by 4 into 80. That is, it is 20. It is 1 by 5. 1 by 5 mole is available. Therefore, as per knowledge, 1 mole nitrogen reacts with 3 moles hydrogen. Here, how much nitrogen is taken? 1 by 5 mole nitrogen is taken. How much hydrogen is liberated? This much hydrogen. That is 5 by 100 moles is reacted. Now, how much ammonia is formed? How much ammonia is formed? Okay, that means, so just a minute, 1 by 5 means 0.2. It is 0.05 how much is formed. So 0.2 required 3 times 0.6 moles, but it is less than this one. Therefore, it is the limiting reagent, it is excess reagent. Now, 3 moles gives 2 moles hydrogen, 0.5 moles gives how much? That is 0.05 into 2 by 3. 0.05 into 2 by 3, which is equal to, that is 5 into 2 by 300, that is 10 by 300, 1 by 30, 1 by 30 moles, 1 by 30 moles, not 1 by 15, 1 by 30 moles. Okay, that is 1 by 30 moles. So what is the question here? Find the moles of ammonia produced, that is 1 by 30 moles. Okay, next, and also find the volume of gaseous reactant left in the second reaction. So it is completely consumed. Here it is in excess. It is in excess. So how much excess is there? How much excess is there? That means 0.2 is actually there. In that 0.2, 1 mole reacts with 3 moles. 1 mole reacts with 3 moles. Here 0.05 is involved in the reaction. How much product? That is see here, boys. I am going to take here further calculation. 1 mole nitrogen reacts with 3 moles hydrogen. Here 0.05 mole hydrogen reacted. How many nitrogen is there? That is 0.05 by 3. That is 0.0166. That much reacted. But how much is volume of gaseous reactant left and the remaining? This much is reacted. That means, therefore, left one is equal to actual value minus reacted value. Actual value minus reacted value. So how much it is? That is 624, 93, 918. That is 1H. 0.1834 is remaining, and this much moles of N2 remains. That much moles of N2 remain.
$22.4 That is.
So into 22.4 is equal to that much volume in liters will be formed. Into 22.4 liters volume is formed. So that is the final answer. So first calculate how much hydrogen is liberated by using the equation Al plus HCl gives AlCl3 plus H2. So that H2 liberated is 0.05 according to that equation. Next, nitrogen and hydrogen reacts with ammonia. Nitrogen is collecting from 8, which is having 80% N2, 5.6 liters. 5.6 liters means 1 by 4 of 8, 1 by 4 moles of 8. In this 1 by 4, only 80% nitrogen is there. That means 1 by 4 into 80 by 100, that is 1 by 5 moles of N2 is formed. N2 is available. That is involved in the reaction. 1 by 5 means 0.2 moles. 1 mole reacts with 3 moles, 0.2 moles. This is 0.05. That is from previous question equation. So finally, it is the limiting reagent. It is the excess reagent. According to this, ammonia is calculated. That is 1 by 30. Next, so among this 0.2, something is remained. So how much is remained? So how much is reacted? I am going to calculate it here. So 1 mole reacts with 3 moles hydrogen, 0.5 moles H2 reacts with this much one. That means this much value is going to react with that nitrogen. Remaining value is this much. So actually taken this one, that is reacted this one. So taken minus reacted is equal to remaining one. This is the number of moles. Now you want to calculate volume. That means that number of moles into volume is equal to certain value. So that is the final answer. 4.11, 4.1. Okay, thank you. 4.1 liters. Thank you. So this is the final answer. So mind it, once again, it is a sequential reaction. It is a sequential reaction. One gives that product. That product is used in second reaction as a reactant. Okay. So this is very, very, very important. Okay. Thanks. Next one. One by 15 in previous question is wrong, any? That is 1 by 30, not 1 by 50. So it is also important. 2 moles of Br2 and 9 moles of F2 completely react together. Completely react together to form BrF3 and BrF5. Full stop. Find the moles of BrF3 and BrF5 form. Find the moles of BrF3 and BrF5 form. See here, bromine, Br2 and F2. Br2 and F2 react together. That gives two different products. One is BrF3 and the other is BrF5. BrF3 and BrF5. In this BrF3, the moles of bromine, let it be A. We don't know the moles. In BrF5, the moles is Bn. Moles is Bn. Okay. Therefore, moles of Br2 is equal to, here only Br is taken. That is A plus B by 2. Moles of Br2 is equal to A plus, yes, correct. That is 1 and 3 corrected. A plus B by 2. Next, similarly, here fluorine, 3B exists, B is the moles of F. Here fluorine, 5B exists. Therefore, moles of F2 is equal to 3B plus 5B by 2. It is only F, but we want F2. That is half mole is available. Okay. That A plus B by 2, the value, that is moles of Br2. How many moles of Br2 is taken? 2, which is equal to 2. How many moles of fluorine is taken? Which is equal to 9. So by using these two values, A plus B is equal to 4, 3A. 3A plus 5B is equal to 18. Solve these equations. So we will get A and B. So those are the values found. So finally we get A is equal to 1, 3, that is 3 at it. So that is A is equal to 1, B is equal to 3. So find the moles of BRF3, that is BRF3, that is what is 1 mole and 3 moles. That is 1 mole and 3 moles. So it is important one, simple one. Yes, because it is completely consumed, so that is converted into these two compounds. So that is why here we are going to take the problem like this. Okay, next one. Zero point 0.4 mole each of zero point 0.4 mole each of magnesium carbonate and calcium carbonate are completely heated full stop. CO2 evolved was allowed to dissolve in water to give H2CO3. The number of H plus ions obtained on complete dissociation of H3PO3, H2CO3 will be dash N0. N0 means Avogadro number. Will be dash N0. See here. So try it. 0.5 mole each of that MgCO3 and CaCO3. And MgCO3 is our strong heating, that gives MgO plus CO2. Next, in the second case, CaCO3 on strong heating gives CaO plus CO2. 1 mole, this one gives 1 mole CO2. 0.4 moles gives, no doubt, 0.4 moles CO2. This is used. Next, this one, 1 mole gives 1 mole CO2. 0.4 moles gives 0.4 mole CO2. 0.4 moles. Now, total CO2 is equal to 0.4 plus 0.4, 0.8 moles, and because both are heated, 0.8 moles. Now that liberated CO2 dissolved in water, that gives H2CO3. That means 1 mole gives 1 mole H2CO3. Here 0.8 moles gives 0.8 moles H2CO3. 0.8 moles. This H2CO3 is breakdown as H2 H plus ions and CO3 2 minus ions. This means 1 mole gives 2 moles H plus ions. 0.8 gives 1.6 moles H plus ions. But we don't want moles, that is in ions, that is moles, that is 1.6 into N0 H plus ions. That is the particle cell. Small n into capital N, that is the number of particles. And okay, this is total number of H plus ions. So that is answer 1.6 N naught. 1.6 N naught. Next one. Next one, a mixture of CuSO4 5H2O, CuSO4 5H2O, and MgSO4 7H2O. These are hydrated salts and was heated until all the water was drained off, driven off. Driven off. If 50 grams mixture gave 3 grams of anhydrous salt, come on. What was the percentage by mass of CuSO4 5H2O in the mixture? So right, hydrated salts are taken, are heated strongly, so that converts into anhydrous salt, means all the available water is when that is drained out. That water is lost. So percentage weight of CuSO4 is you want to calculate. So try it. Please close those videos. Only listen with your audio. Say the reactions. Okay. CuSO4 5H2O on heating gives CuSO4 plus 5H2O. That's enough. That's enough. This one is hydrated. This is anhydrous substance. Similarly, next one also. MgSO4 7H2O is also heating, gives MgSO4 plus 5H2O. Once again, it is anhydrous water oxygen substance. It is hydrated substance. These are the two reactions. The molecular weight of this one is, I'm going to write here, 249 grams. 249 grams contains 159 grams anhydrous substance. For this one, 246 grams, it contains 120 grams. So these are the values given to you. That means 249 grams hydrated one contains 159 grams anhydrous substance. 246 grams hydrated contains 120 grams anhydrous substance. 50 grams mixture of those two, 50 grams. 50 or 50? Not 50, it is 5 only. 5 grams mixture is gave 3 grams of anhydrous salt. Not 50, it is 5. In this 5 grams, let this one is x grams. Automatically this one is 5 minus x grams. Let it be. Let it be. 249 grams gives 159. X grams gives how much? How much it is? 159 into x by 249. That is anhydrous substance. It is 5 minus x. Grams liberates how much? That is 120 into 5 minus x by 246. This is anhydrous substance. This is also anhydrous substance. These two anhydrous substances, that is 3 grams. 3 grams. 46, wrong, my dear boy. 60, wrong. 60 also wrong. So these two values is equal to 3 grams. This is anhydrous substance. This is anhydrous. This is anhydrous. The total weight is 3 grams. Therefore, I am writing here 159 into x by 249 plus 120 into 5 minus x by 246. The value is equal to 3. The value is equal to 3. After final calculation, x is equal to 3.72 only. X is equal to 3.72 finally. 3.72 grams. That is weight of CeSO for 5H2O. Among these 5 grams, 3.75 grams CeSO for 5H2O. Now he want to calculate percentage weight. How to calculate percentage weight? Percentage weight of that element is equal to weight of that substance by total weight into 100. Weight of the substance into total weight into 100. So that is 74.4%. 74.4%. This is the final answer. So see once again, hydrated chemicals are taken on heating gives anhydrous substances. 5 grams gives 3 grams. Now here is these are the hydrated anhydrous substances. The sum of these two is 3 grams. After calculation, the x value is 3.72. What is the x? That is the mass of CSO4 in 5 grams. Therefore, the percentage weight is equal to that weight, the weight of CSO4 by weight of total weight into 100. This is CSO4 percentage weight. CuSO4 percentage weight. So it is once again clear. Very, very, very important. Someone asked this type of problem. Okay, so I think it may be clear. So most of the problems. So, my dear students, already I sent assignment to you based on these topics. Please complete that assignment. Please complete that assignment. So today or tomorrow, once again, I am going to send another set of assignments based on these concepts. Please solve. So to strengthen your knowledge based on these concepts. Okay. So now I am going to give one more problem to you. 2-liter mixture of CO and CO2 when passed over red hot graphite, the total volume of the gaseous mixture become 3.2 liters. Find the volume of CO. Find the volume of CO in the initial mixture. Just like previous problem, I mean. Just like previous problem, try it. Here, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide passed over graphite. This is also passed over graphite. Carbon monoxide with carbon, no reaction. So please be mind it. That carbon dioxide with carbon gives 2 moles of CO. 2 moles of CO. These are the equations behind this question. So now try it. Just like previous anhydrous problem. In this 2 liters, let CO is equal to X liters and CO2 is equal to 2 minus X liters. Just like previous. So here no reaction takes place. Here CO2 is used. That CO2 volume is 2 minus X liters. So 1 mole. One liter gives 2 liters CO. Here how many? 2 minus X liters are taken. How many it is? 2 into 2 minus X liters are produced. 2 into 2. Therefore, final volume of carbon monoxide is equal to already X initially taken, that is X plus now in this reaction this much is formed 2 into 2 minus X, that is equal to 4 minus X is formed 4 minus X, which is given as 3.2 liters in the final case. 3.2. This is the given value and 3.2 liters. Therefore, X is equal to 0.8 liters and X is equal to 0.8 liters. What do you want to ask? So find the volume of CO in the initial mixture. X is the volume of CO in the initial case. So therefore, answer is 0.8 liters. 0.8 liters. Mind it, my dear boys. This is important. Carbon monoxide with carbon, no reaction. Carbon dioxide with carbon, there is a formation of carbon monoxide. Please be remember.